No, I figured it out. I did not have my glasses on when I set it up. So of course I will go live on my makeup channel again, and I'm not supposed to be on this channel, so I'm going to remove the makeup channel. Okay, everybody switch over to site design. All right. Listen, I know it's a mess. I know. To be fair, everybody was a top commenter today. Okay, because I definitely did not realize I was on the other channel again. So I'm sorry, but I'm here now. That's all that matters. Yeah. I still have to upload some videos to Instagram. Y'all, let me tell you what my daddy just told me before we get started. Okay. My dad ordered some dinner for himself and for my mom. My daddy ordered 10-piece and some loaded French fries. He gave 5 of them wings to my mommy. He didn't have no drink. My dad spent $41 on food and delivery. $41 on 10 wings and some loaded fries. The fucking mess. It was only one meal and it was for one person. It was $41. I'm like, does it have crack in it, sir? It had no beverage. It had nothing. All my dad ordered was a 10-piece wings. Daddy, they was whole wings or wing dings? Hey, Daddy, they was whole wings or wing dings? Oh, bitch. God, that's worse. They were wing dings, party wing. What? Oh, you could have went out better getting them from Kim's. You don't like? At least with Kim's, you get whole wings. They would if you would have asked me. I could have got it off of Grubhub. Child, they was wing dings. They were party. They was jumbo party wings. I don't care. They was party wings. And a whole wing counts as one wing, Dad. So you pay for 5 wings. That's fucking insane to me. I'm upset. I'm mad for him, and I didn't even get to eat the shit. He didn't even have no drink. He had no drink. He said, Rico said you ain't had no diet Dr. Kelp, Dad. So fucking stupid. He could have just placed the order and pick it up because 41 the damn delivery charge was like what, $3? It was the food that was like expensive. I'm just like, at this point, I refuse. Okay, as soon as I get the money, I'm going and buying all of that shit. I'm going to Restaurant Depot and stocking my house with a bunch of shit because absolutely not. I refuse. That is fucking ridiculous. The delivery charge was $3. I'm sure he tipped. Hello, Kenny Rama. You seem like you're new. So hello. How are you? I'm just ranting and raving. We're getting ready to get into Smackdown, I promise. Okay. She said they really are said in Ohio, baby. That's why I haven't eaten at Cleveland Pizza Company in a while. and I don't plan on eating there because the prices have been hiked up. I just don't. Next time, that's okay. 'Cause I think I dated the Bojangles real soon anyway. This is what like that outtake from Adidas witness protection. $13 damn. Not brand new. I've been here once or twice a couple months ago, but I'm chilling. Thanks. How are you? Oh, cool. I'm glad you're commenting though. Appreciate you being here. So okay, let's get into SmackDown before I go on a whole tangent and I never talk about the show because I do have a tendency. I do have a tendency to do that. So yeah. All right. So the show opened up with Jimmy and Solo and Pauline. Pauline decided to go get the cakiest, thickest makeup he could find to slather all over his skin, because sometimes that redness comes popping out. And he ain't want that to come out today while he was on television. He wanted to look his felt self. hmm So he went on ahead and got himself a nice little cream to powder formula, rub that all on his face, on that bald, shiny head of his, and walked his thick ass out there with Jimmy and Solo. So they was out there bragging that John Cena ain't had no partner, that he was having some traveling issues, he wasn't gonna be there, and really acting like a straight asshole. That got interrupted by Carl Anderson. Carl, Carl. I got it from this TikTok video where this llama keep calling this other llama Carl, and I don't know why it just stuck in my head. Carl Anderson attacked both of them and just was taking him out. Was like, Carl. She said, I can't McGirl math right now, child. He finally got himself a new phone case. Took him 3 years, but he got it. Anyways, so Carl attacked them. I don't know what happened after that because I got up and went to go use the facilities and it went on commercial, but I don't remember if they had like a match or something after that. I don't remember that. When I came back in the room, the Bobby Lashley was sitting up there talking to Grayson Waller. I didn't hear nothing that Bobby said to Grayson or what Grayson said to Bobby. I didn't get to hear none of that. I ended up seeing the end because wait, let me tell y'all what I saw, okay? Because Bobby Lashley, Bobby Lashley brought his bald headed ass out there, and he had on. I know what he had on had a price tag, and it doesn't matter because just because it's expensive don't mean it look right. He had on a ill-shaped jacket, which I suppose is supposed to be ill-shaped on purpose, and then he had on some pants that were not quite fitting him correctly. And I understand that there's a trend with the pants that are above the ankle. I get that trend, but for a guy like Bobby Lashley at his height, weight, and stature, me personally, I wouldn't recommend that trend unless he's gonna wear like a pseudo thing to like. Oh goodness, how can I explain it? I would have to have a visual aid to see what I mean. But the way that he's dressed, um, he would have to wear. Hold on. Um, they don't need to be like super wide, but they need to be something similar to that. And I can't. It's, um, I can't describe it. But to make a long story short, like I wouldn't have him wear those kinds of pants because he did the way he is shaped and the way he stands stature wise for me. I feel like he just would look better with just a regular pair of straight leg pants. They don't have to come all the way down to the bottom of his shoe, but they should touch the top of his shoe, and that'll be fine. He can wear them just a little bit higher, but he just did not look right today. He looked a mess. I'm sorry. Um, he was he was doing way too much. He looked like he just got done picking apples in the orchard and preaching the gospel at the Mormon at the Mormon church. he, he looked an absolute mess. And not to mention he was caked up with makeup too. He just looked terrible. And I just was like, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I don't get it at all. So my people telling me what he said. Donnie said Grayson was basically like, since the street profits ain't cutting it, take in me and Austin Theory. Okay, so he was shooting his shot. All right, bet. Backstage, Jimmy was attacking Ashante Adonis with P-Fab in the background yelling. This was after he threw a normie backstage and against the wall. Okay, I saw that. I was gonna mention that later. So that wasn't a part of it. Carl Anderson did have a match with Jimmy Uso, but lost to Jimmy thanks to the distraction from Solo and Mia slapped Jimmy at the Titantron. SmackDown was so all over the place today. Like it didn't like it wasn't sure of what it was trying to be or what it was trying to do. It's giving raw vibes, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Kayla's comment happened before mine in the sequence of events. Hey, Bobby hit him with the nigga, is you serious? Look. For Bobby Lashley to be on some Suge Knight type shit, it's not working. At least for me. What I got after all of this was over, after he, said what he said, and Bobby and them was out there talking. When I came in, they weren't speaking. The Street Profits was coming out there. They got ready to speak, and Bobby told them they don't have no excuses. They don't have nothing to say, and they ain't got nothing to do. All he want to see is you show and prove. Prove that you loyal. Prove that you want to be a part of this. Whatever the fuck this is. Okay? So, Don feel it. Don feel it. He said, I want to believe it, but I can't. Real talk. I'm not even trying to be mean. I know a lot of y'all fuck with Bobby Lashley, and I know some of y'all don't. The reality is, Bobby Lashley is not giving what he's supposed to give as a villain. Simple as that. Like, it's too many nuances, and there's too many flippings and back and forths going on here. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Go forward with the way you want to be. Stop giving us, oh, I'm a man of the people, and then turn around and you attacking people every 2 seconds. Because that don't even fit the bill. That don't wash, my guy. Okay? Them aviators weren't given. Well, I mean, Terminator, never mind. Side note, WWE is selling phone cases for iPhones and Androids, but it's only Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, and John Cena. Okay. Um, Probably not gonna buy it. Just FYI. But yeah, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, NWO, The Ultimate Warrior, and the Bloodline. Well, at least they got some Eddie ones. That's cool. Anyways, so the Street Profits kind of got out the ring after Bobby left him in the ring, standing there dumbfounded, and he was just like, "You can prove it. You got to prove it." See, here's the thing. I wouldn't have no problem with this if the Street Profits were a new tag team and they hadn't established themselves and they came into the WWE on a major losing streak and then Bobby saw potential in them. You know what I'm saying? But you talking about a 3-time, 4-time tag team champion in the Street Profits. Both men are capable of being superstars on their own if given the opportunity. And it's like Bobby Lashley's trying to give them a new way into the world. It's like, what are you giving them that they cannot acquire on their own? That's all I'm saying. Because the believability of it is where we're lacking. If it was Theory and Grayson Waller, I would fully understand because Grayson is just getting his feet wet in the E, and Austin Theory needs to work. So let's just keep it real. If it was Theory and Grayson Waller, that makes perfect sense to me. Prove your worth. I get that. But you're talking about the Street Profits. Now, to be fair, the Street Profits don't need Bobby Lashley to turn heel. They don't need him for that. Bobby Lashley needs the Street Profits. So I'm just trying to understand what Bobby Lashley can offer the Street Profits that they cannot acquire on their own. I'll wait. I'll wait for somebody to answer me because I need answers. I need somebody to answer me. I give you 30 seconds. Okay, I give you 30 seconds. Now answer it in the comments and tell me if I'm wrong. Because I don't feel like I'm wrong. But I just want to know what can Bobby give the Street Profits that they cannot acquire on their own? Okay, let me see what y'all say. Okay, so let me start off where Donnie was. He said, and he's not making it so the two would correlate. That's see, he be with me. Sometimes me and Donnie be on opposing sides, but when we hit, we hit. You feel me? He understands. He understands. Oh, that's why Pauline got a new one. I might get one because I need a new phone case ASAP. Thefted clothing. That's all I got. Baby, it's not working. It's not working because there's really nothing that Bobby Lashley brings to the Street Profits that the Street Profits couldn't get on their own. They could have attacked Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar all on their own. They could have attacked any tag team out there that was wrestling in any tag team match. They could have did all that shit all on their own. They did not need Bobby Lashley to encourage them like some devil on their shoulder telling them where to go and what to do. You are a grown ass man. First of all, for you to let a man disrespect you like that, not once but twice on national television, no, red fucking flag. It'd be a cold day in hell before I let a bitch who can barely hear what the fuck I'm saying because he got cauliflower ear tell me some shit like that on TV. Because I'd be like, sir, the last time you won a match was not when your ass was competing for that new world heavyweight championship because your ass lost that match to AJ Styles. So how you gonna tell me that I got to show and prove and your black ass ain't even showed and proved? Make it make sense, Milk Dud. Absolutely not. You ain't finna make me out here auditioning and performing, bitch. I'm a WWE superstar. I don't have to prove nothing to you. Nothing. I have nothing to prove. I'm here. I'm a former champion too. The fuck? Let me get off of Bobby Lashley because I be done cuss his ass out. You fucking with the wrong one. I'm gonna beat his ass. Then Austin Theory come out there. Theory comes out there, laughing and shit, having a good old time, skipping and shit. Has a match with Cameron Grimes. Now, me personally, I feel like Cameron Grimes need to get out the blocks. They should have gave this W to Cameron. Okay, Cameron's had a couple of wins over Baron Corbin. He's had a couple matches, but Cameron just now getting back into being on TV. So why would you serve Cameron Grimes up to Austin Theory? Go get a local talent to do that with. And start some shit with Theory. Make it so that it's fun to watch. Y'all had Cameron Grimes basically beating up Austin Theory. And then this one took me out. They had a whole video package for Dragon Lee. And Dragon Lee is wrestling next week on Smackdown. What the hell is going on? Is Dragon Lee not in NXT? What is Triple H and them doing? Because I am confused already. I'm confused. Okay. I am lost. I am bewildered. Now he not busy. It's messy. Huh? Oh no, no, Junior, it's time to take your pill. I'm just saying. For the most part, Cameron Grimes had a decent match with him, and then the turn of the tide came from Grayson Waller. He helped them get the W. And then afterwards, he ended up slapping Dragon Lee in the face. What you about to say? Why are you not wearing your boot? Why do you keep taking your boot off? You can rest it, but when you get up to walk, you put your boot back on, Junior. Don't be owing me, because you know better. Hold on, I gotta get my nephew's medicine for the night. What? Ugh. What? Licking that water bottle like that? That's nasty. Peel your mouth. Mm-hmm. You swallowed it. Let me see. I don't trust you. Shit. Now get on out of here. And don't run neither. Pain in the buttocks. Anyway, what's he gonna do? Grow his hair out and be Rhea Ripley for Halloween for the second year in a row? He's healthy, I think. Well, he is healthy, but you ain't got to shit on Dante Chen. It ain't like it's his fault. You're being a douche. So Carl Anderson had a match with Jimmy. He ended up losing to Jimmy. Jimmy got slapped, got Mia. Then the Uso brothers, because they still brothers. Solo and Jimmy are still brothers, so I can still call them the Usos. The Uso brothers went back there. So they back there, and they back there fighting. And child, everybody they come across, they attacking, so they don't have to be John Cena's partner. I don't get why Adonis was attacked. I don't understand that. They attacked the stagehand. They was just back there getting beaten up anybody they could find. They really didn't hit nobody significant. Like I can understand if they was laying out everybody like, and I was wondering where is Luke Gallows at? I ain't seen Gallows all day. I said, damn, is Carl Anderson alone? What the hell going on right here? Smackdown was in shambles. It's the best way to explain it. It was in freaking shambles because there was so much chaos and no order whatsoever. Basically trying to keep them back. They attacked any and everybody. They didn't attack Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, but obviously they wasn't going, attack with John Cena. But like, you didn't attack nobody of prominence. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't go after Bobby Lashley, and even though we know Bobby Lashley's a heel, like y'all could have attacked everybody. Everybody y'all came across. Y'all didn't do shit. No, okay, well, there's that. Anyways, I'm just like, what the hell? It's so chaotic. But anyways, the next match that we saw or that I saw was Santos and Rey Mysterio. This match was long as hell. Okay. I don't know exactly how long it was, but I know it went over 12 minutes. Okay, this was a long ass match. I wanted Santos to win, but they gave the win to Rey. I don't freaking get it. If you are ushering in the new era of WWE, you made Jay's announcement of Focal Point on SmackDown. I'm pretty sure that announcement Focal Point will be done on Raw Monday. Why are you still leading out with the elders, the yesteryear wrestlers, holding titles? You had a perfect opportunity to give it to Santos. What are you doing? Jesus. Oh, and for you to go that long with them, for you to go that long in that match with them, only to have Ray retain it. What was the fucking point? What was the point? And if you say it's because you needed Santos to have a reason to turn, like the reason is he's holding a title that he very well could have won had he been able to go up against Austin Theory. That's a valid reason. Even though he gave him his blessing. Like, you're making it too much, mate. You're taking the piss out of it. You're doing too much. Just let them have a match. Let Santos beat him, and that's it. Match over, game over. We don't need this to be dragged out. LWO's imploding. We don't need that. I don't need to see that. There's so many freaking factions in the WWE right now. Every time one is on the verge of imploding, they find some kind of way to glue their asses back together with sticks and spit. So I'm tired. I don't give a shit. I'm just not going to care anymore until you do something with Santos that works. You need to pull him out. You need to give him an opportunity to stand out. And like I said, he doesn't have to be a heel to do that. You could have pulled the trigger and given him the belt today. I'm just so irritated because this match was so freaking long. It was so goddamn long. It took up a good piece of this show. And this was the end result. This is all we get. Now, what are you gonna do? Now you. Well, I'll get to the match part for Fastlane in a minute. Now, but you got this shit tied up with the Street Profits, Bobby Lashley, and fucking LWO. Why? We know how this is gonna go. All of them are gonna get smashed. Every single one of them. Then it's gonna lead to a match between Bobby Lashley and Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio is gonna get that United States. I mean, Bobby's gonna get that championship. Freaking again. Again. I'm so sick of him. I'm tired. I like Ray, so I ain't mad he's champion, but ain't it like Ray is hanging on by a thread and can barely wrestle because the man can still go. Ray dropping it on a PL Elite instead of a random SP is maybe. I don't. I'm sorry, seriously, but I don't. I don't care. I'm sorry. I feel like you could have given it to Santos right now, but I don't feel like he's gonna drop it to anybody but Bobby Lashley because they still have the championship that Roman has tied up with him. So they're not gonna make Lashley the big champion on the show. They're building up Lashley to take that title off of Rey Mysterio, which is fine. Do whatever you want, but at the same time, like God, why couldn't you let Santos have his time? Or better yet, at least when Theory had the championship, Theory was getting ready to go up against Santos Escobar. You could have dropped it to him then. So Theory could have at least been champion for a couple of months before you pulled the trigger on this new faction with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. You had plenty of opportunity to make this at least work for Santos and build him up to be one of the big faces on the show, which he already is, but you could have given him a championship. You chose not to do that. It was stupid. And if they do it the way that I think, it's even more stupid. It makes no sense whatsoever. What is Bobby Lashley going to gain from taking the title off of Rey Mysterio besides being champion again? He gains nothing but a championship. He's not going to gain anything from beating Santos Escobar either. But at least Santos would have been champion. At least Santos would have been able. At least Santos would have been able to be champion. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, I don't like this. It's so annoying. She said, don't yell at me. I don't know. I'm not yelling at you. I'm mad at the situation because it doesn't have to be this way. They make it so frustrating. And then they say, "Oh, all of you keyboard warriors, you're yelling into your computer screens." Well, Kratos, we can't yell at your motherfucking ass, so we gotta pin our frustration somewhere. Shit, goodness. Anyways, or the world implodes. Charlotte debuted some new gear today, and she went up against Bailey. Before the match, before the match, she tells Bailey, she goes, "You used to be a four horseman." Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay. So Charlotte told Bailey she used to be a four horseman woman, and she was like, "What happened to you?" She said, "You're too busy, helping EO win matches." Like she was like, "I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen." She said, "I'm gonna beat you, and then I'm gonna challenge EO Sky for her championship at Fastlane." So Bailey was obviously pissed off. And she was like, okay. If you can't, if you're not live, then you have to press that little link on the side that says live. There's a button or there's a link there that says live. It should have a red dot next to it. If it doesn't, you're not live. You are listening to the earlier version of the show. You need to catch up. Okay. Okay. So they had their match. It was a pretty decent match. Actually, it was really, really good. Um, yeah, it's gray. If you can't see it, it is gray. It's in the is it the left hand corner or the right hand corner? Any whoosies. Bailey ends up losing this match to Charlotte. So Bailey grabs the microphone. She took a nasty spear from Charlotte. It was gnarly. Okay. I like Charlotte gear. I don't think that Rico liked it too much, but I liked it. The only thing I would suggest is next time, this is no shade. Okay, Donnie put there we go. Thank you, Donnie. The only thing is no shade to Charlotte at all because I love Charlotte, but you got to put the self tanner on your butt cheeks too. And because you're small enough and your arms, you got a wingspan that is massive. That's no shade. That's just true. You got really long arms. You can reach back there to put that self tanner on your butt. Your butt was a little milky, and the rest of you was like, really golden bronze. Other than that, I thought Jet Gear was cute. I loved it. I thought the whole concept of it was cute, and I loved her robe. I just thought it was so fire. If I was Charlotte, I would just walk around my house butt naked with my robes. I wouldn't wear nothing but my robes. Just walk around butt naked in my robes every single time. Just I'm the queen. I can do whatever I want. It's my house. So anyways, Charlotte Charlotte beat Bailey, and Bailey was just like, "Oh no, bitch, you're not escaping. Okay, you are gonna take this ass whooping since you want to be out here running your mouth and popping off. We're gonna tear you up." So, for whatever reason, Io's not the one calling the shots here. They're still letting Bailey call the shots, despite the fact that Bailey is not champion and Io is. Oh my God. Like, it's so weird. It's so weird to me that they do that. That makes no sense to me. You have no power in this situation. EO is the one with all the power and all the accolades, and you're still being the one to call the shots. All right. So they surrounded her, and then Oscar came out there, and then she grabbed the mic, started yelling in Japanese. Io fully understood what she said. I'm sitting there like, okay, we need a translator. And Bailey was like, okay, you want to fight her too? You guys want a triple threat? That's fine. She accepts. I'm like, bitch, wait. Who accepts what? What are you talking? What? You can accept a match on her behalf. She's a champion, not you. Who are you to tell her that you want? You're just gonna be like, yeah, yeah, she'll wrestle you, no problem. You got this. You got this. Yo, no, bitch, I don't. I'm not. Excuse me. I'm not wrestling nobody. I'm going the fuck out. I thought I would, but she seems to be in her feelings about it too. Like Io was just standing there, like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? So Bailey's like, you got it. Don't worry about it. You got this. It's like she's trying to make her lose her championship on purpose. Like you put her in the ring with two of the best in the world. Like, don't get me wrong, Io Sky is like one of the best in the world. Don't get me wrong. I love her and I think that she's amazing. But I do think her being in damage control is stifling her. And her being champion in damage control is even worse to me. I don't get it. I don't understand. And they're still pushing Bailey out in front of her despite Io being the champ. And I'm just like, what are we doing? What is happening? So she made the challenge and Bailey accepted. Asuka, Charlotte, Bailey. It looks like it's a triple threat at Fastlane. I'm just I'm just trying to understand what I was watching because it was so much going on. Let's get to the end. So meanwhile, Bailey feuds with Shotzi every other week. It seemed like that feud is dead in the water. Like that feud is over with. So unfortunately, it is what it is. But check this out. So, what is like EO is the champ, but Bailey still feels lead. Well, it's like EO is the champ, but Bailey still feels like Bailey can feel like she's a lead all she wants to, but no, I'm not gonna let you do like who when okay, put it this way. When they was tag team champs, they handled their business on their own, but on occasion Bailey would interfere. On occasion she would accept matches on their behalf, but it wasn't often. Oftentimes they would have matches set up and would be competing for those tag team titles. Now she'd be out there, she would interfere and help them keep their titles for sure. But I rarely heard her accepting matches on their behalf like that. It was like, what the fuck is going on? When people were like, Shotzi's hair grew fast, and I'm like, she shaved it literally over 2 months. What killed me is EO was like, that's not what she said. Every time Bailey accepts a match on EO's behalf, she rarely wins. You think they're gonna make her drop this title to one of them? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Anyways, Johnny Boy pulls up in this Ford like he's speeding on the Indy 500. And I said, wait a minute, slow down, Johnny. This ain't Fast and Furious, God damn it. Dime and the family is not waiting for you in the ring. Okay? Relax. It's not about family this time. Calm down. Ain't no Ludacris, ain't no Tyrese, ain't no Michelle Rodriguez, ain't none of that. Nobody's here. Nobody's here. Nobody's here. Wait, you don't think so? I don't think she's gonna lose it either. I was just like, what the hell? Anyways, John storms his way to the ring and makes an announcement that he doesn't mind having to fight his own battles and fight for himself at Fastlane. If he has to fight by himself, he's going to take on the bloodline by himself. Great. Love that. Amazing. So Jimmy Jim, Slim Jim, Jimmy of the Gyms, comes out there looking like he high as a kite. Okay, them pupils is dilated. Okay, he out there and he is real cocky, overtly cocky. And for whatever reason, Solo is listening to him. Now, that's going to be a problem when Roman returns. I just can feel it in my burns. Anyways, he's back there and he comes out there and he's talking shit like, you ain't gonna have no partner, it's just gonna be us, and we're gonna beat your ass or whatever the case may be. So as Jimmy's on the apron talking mad shit, he punches Jimmy dead in his mouth. And then Solo slowly gets in the ring and they fight. As he gets picked up for the AA, just like last week, he gets kicked in the face. All of a sudden, they decide they want to put Jimmy, Johnny Boy through a table. This is after he done been beat up by, both of them. They get him out to the ring. They get him out the ring, put him on the table, and as Jimmy's getting ready to climb to get on, the top turnbuckle to do his, frog splash, it's Solo who wants to do it. So Solo's like, "Nah, you hold back, big bro. I got it." So Jimmy say, "Okay, cool, whatever." All of a sudden, the music hit, and LA Knight comes out there. LA Knight got on some fresh new butters, and he is out there whipping ass. If you ain't never wore brand new butter Tims, you do not know how heavy them boots are. Those are some heavy ass boots. For you to be running in the ring, doing move sets and shit in them boots is insane to me. It's insane. He should have busted his ass in that ring with them boots on. Yeah, he ran out there and he was John Cena's. He came to John Cena's aid, and now John Cena has a partner. So instead of it being a 2-on-1 handicap match at Fastlane next week on Saturday, it is going to be. They looked heavy to me. He said they looked thin cut though. They looked like some regular butters, and they was not even all the way tied up. Like ain't no stock in them shoes. We built different in Maryland. Just saying, New York, we call those constructs. Baby, listen. Every region has a different name for the Tims, for the traditional Timberland boots. Here in Cleveland, we call them New Bucks or Butters. In New York, y'all call them constructs. I don't know what they call them out west. I don't know what they call them in the south. But you either got a fresh pair of butters on, you got on some new bucks, or you got on Tims. That's how we call it here in Ohio. Okay. Just said, but the Tims are very heavy. You gotta break them in like Doc Martens. I'm telling y'all. Them is not some light shoes. Those are not the kind of shoes you need to be running around in no ring in. I don't care who you are. Them things are heavy. Child, it take time to break in Tims, baby. And them was new. Those were not regular. Them were new. There's just no way. There's just no way. He is of a different breed because I would never. I would have bust my ass. The grippage that is on them Tims. The grippage that is on them Tims. I used to wear Euro hikers. Actually, I still wear Euro hikers in the winter. I have a pair of dark army green Euro hikers, and I love those boots. I have a bunch of shoes upstairs. I need to get a shoe box so I can see my shoes. But anyways, I got a pair of dark green Euro hikers upstairs. I wear them every year. I had a pair of new buck Euro hikers, but they got messed up. My husband wore them and they got tore up. So it was before his feet became ginormous. So anyways, the show goes off with John Cena and LA Knight. Basically dapping each other up. LA Knight signed it. He's his mystery opponent for Fastlane, and the boys were standing tall, and John Cena was holding up his contract because this is gonna be John Cena's last hoorah for a little while. This is his one match of the year because you know he has one match every year, so this is his one match this year. Mhm. So it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Now, like I said, the writer's strike is over. The writer's strike is done, but the actor's strike is still going. So everything in Hollywood is still at a standstill. They can write all of the TV shows and movies and scripts that they want, but nobody's gonna be doing anything until the companies and those actors come to an agreement about this AI shit. That's one of the reasons why John Cena signed up to come back for 7 episodes, or I guess you could say a month and maybe 2 weeks of Smackdown, and doing appearances overseas and helping them with their India show, and that was one of the reasons why he was able to do that, because he had the time. There was nothing going on. It also was the reason why The Rock was able to stop by and with Pat McAfee, because there was nothing happening. They were right down the street in Colorado. They were going to go to that Colorado game anyway. So, and the game started after the show. So they had plenty of time to show up at the arena, do their little appearance, have a promo cut, and then go to the game down the street, and sit up and wait for Deion Sanders to win, which he did. But last week Deion Sanders got a rude awakening. Baby, them organs is of a different breed. They whooped that ass. But my Ohio State won last week, so that's all that fucking matters. But anyways, that was SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that was it. It's done. It's over with. There is no more. All right. Now we're gonna get into NXT in a second. Okay, but we're gonna talk about Fastlane, because Fastlane seems to be shaping up with the matches. All right, I'm gonna show y'all everything. They got the shit up here now. We ain't got to go on Instagram. I mean on Twitter to find nothing. They got all this shit up here. Good, cause make it simple. Make it so we can find it. Okay, hold on, y'all. I forgot John that Roman went up against Daniel Bryan at Fastlane in 2021. I forgot all about that. That's crazy. How did I forget that? Was that intentional? It feels like it was intentional. Like I intentionally just was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna bring that into my psyche. Out of sight, out of mind. I'm gonna pretend like it's not there, doesn't exist. Okay. All right, so they got 3 matches scheduled for Fastlane in Indianapolis right now as we speak. Okay. Um, they haven't put up the match, which is a little weird because I would imagine they would have that match up because they did, say they were challenging for that match. So here are the matches for Fastlane. I'm getting ready to pull that card up for you right now. The ones that are scheduled, and I have a feeling they're going to make a little change to the card at Fastlane because they might be just a little bit overloaded with too many tag team matches. They already now have like a lot of multi matches right now with the triple threat and the tag team match. So I imagine that Rey Mysterio probably is going to end up defending his United States Championship against Bobby Lashley at Fastlane if they don't have that 6-man tag team match next week. If they decide to not do that, since they probably won't, since they're going to have Gunther defend his title at Fastlane, that's probably the way this is going to play out. Ray probably won't defend his title against Bobby until they hit Crown Jewel, which is the next pay-per-view. So Fastlane is October 7th, which is next Saturday. Okay, they're going to be in Indianapolis, Indiana. In Indianapolis, Indiana, they're going to have a Fastlane gear store that you can go. Fanatics is the one that produces the stores for them. They also have WWE stuff on Fanatics website. But this particular day, they're going to have in Circle Center Mall, level 2, it says 49 West Maryland Street in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm sorry if I said Maryland, but it just said Maryland in my mind, said Maryland, so apologies. In Indianapolis, you can go to this Circle Center Mall, and then you can go Friday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and that's Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and get all the gear you want. You can pick up t-shirts, you can pick up belts, and they have custom fast lane gear specifically for fast lane and in Indiana. So if you want that kind of stuff, this specific stuff here, you would have to go to the Circle Center Mall, or you would have to show up to the Fastlane event in order to get it. But this is going to be interesting. So if you want the gear, head on over to Circle Center Mall next Friday, and you guys can go and pick up your stuff there. If you don't want to go to the show, you can just go there and just shop the gear for Fastlane. I like when they have custom gears merch or custom merch for the specific pay-per-views. It makes it so like it's a one-time thing. You gotta be there. You gotta call a friend. Hey, go pick me up this. I'll send you a couple bucks. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cute. Anyways, so like I said, Johnny Boy has his partner. It is LA Knight. It's going to be LA Knight and John Cena versus Solo and Jimmy Uso. All right. And of course, this match has been made official in the words of Adam uh Pierce. Asuka is going to be taking on Io and Charlotte Flair. This is a triple threat for Io Sky's WWE Women's Championship. And the only other match that is announced officially is the big one. This is the World Heavyweight Championship. Shinsuke Nakamura will be challenging Seth freaking Rollins for this belt. If he wins, he wins. Okay. We don't know. And this is going to be a last man standing match. Now, to be clear, this is Seth's first time in a last man standing match ever. In his entire WWE career, he's never been in one of these matches. And that's interesting because his counterpart, Roman Reigns, has been in multiple last man standing matches, but he has never been in one. And that's very interesting. I was like, this is the only match that he hasn't done. And I was like, he's done Hell in a Cell, and he's been inside of a steel cage, but he's never done a last man standing match. That was interesting. I was like, wowzers. I didn't expect that one. That was new. I was like. Okay, so to get into NXT, okay, it's none of your business. NXT is tomorrow. It is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think it's 5 p.m. Pacific Time. NXT's No Mercy match card is set and it is ready to roll. As far as I know, they're not going to add any more matches to this, which great. We love that because we don't need any more matches. So let me just get the rest of this card so I can go ahead and they added a new match, which I was shocked about. I was like, why did you add this? What is this match? This is not even this match. I know this match isn't going to happen between these two, but they did add this match, and I just thought it was weird that they added it. I was like, what the fuck is this? It literally has no point. I'm just going to be honest. There's no point to this match whatsoever, but they added it anyway. Let me get the other one. I'm missing Becky and N's match. Yeah, that match I was missing, and Baron Corbin in that match I'm missing on the card. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's get into this match card for No Mercy. Okay. Let's start off with the NXT's Heritage Cup. Okay. So this is Noam Dar defending his championship against Butch. Um Noam Dar, they had a global invitational for the number one contender, which was really smart because it spanned out for like a month and a week, I think. And they had been wrestling for a month, figuring out who was gonna win. They had a whole point system. It was really fire and good. I really like that. And I would hope that they would do something like that again. But Butch ultimately ended up winning the tournament completely. And now he is the one who's going to challenge Noam Dar for the Heritage Cup. I'm going to say that Noam Dar is going to retain this cup. I don't think that he's going to drop it. I'm going to say he's going to retain it. But there's some difference in opinions amongst my fam and my folks. I did the podcast with Nicole, Rico, and Don. Alexis was out on hiatus, and um, Janae is also out due to work and school. So when I talked to them, we were split on this match. So it's very interesting to see how everybody voted when it came to this. And I'm going to be curious to see how it plays out when it comes to the actual match tomorrow. Now, the tag team titles are being contested by three different teams. You got OTM, the Creed brothers, and of course, Angel and Humberto, aka Los Lotharios. Okay. So the way this played out was Tony and Channing both were saying that they didn't want anybody to think they were playing favorites or that they were curating matches so that they could be the winner. They didn't want to do that. So they decided we'll take all of you on. Everybody who wants a shot, you can come and get it all at one time. Everybody have an equal chance of getting these titles off of us. So they all agreed. And now they're in this fatal four-way tag team match. Now, this match between Kaylani and Blair Davenport just seemed out of nowhere to me. I don't know why this match was made, but it was. So Kaylani is still being pushed somewhat, and she's going to go up against Blair. My mind is telling me that Blair Davenport more than likely is not going to win this match due to the interference from Gigi, or Gigi's going to attack her before this match could even happen, and it's just not going to happen. Or Kaylani's going to give up her spot to Gigi, and this match is going to change on the fly, and it's going to be Gigi versus Blair Davenport in this particular match. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I'm going to tell you that it's going to be some shenanigans happening in this match, okay? Let us move on to the next irrelevant match. We're not going to talk about Becky and Tiffany just yet. So we got Brian Breaker going up against Baron Corbin, and these two have been fighting for weeks now. Last week it started, they were kept apart, but this week they just started fighting and they did not stop. It started backstage, it ended up going out into that weak ass parking lot. The most dangerous place in the United States of America is that NXT parking lot, okay? They started fighting out there. They was fighting in there, getting slammed in the cars, slammed on the roof of cars. Then they got inside and they busted through Shawn Michaels' wall of his office. It was crazy. So, the boys are going to be fighting again. There's no special stipulation on their match. It just is a match. So they can fight and nobody's going to stop them this time. They can go ahead and brawl, do whatever the hell they want. And then we've got the big kahunas, the big matches. I missed a match. Hold on. All right. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care who wins this match between Braun and Baron Corbin. I can give less of a shit. So it is what it is. If they have a good match, cool. If they don't, I don't care. So Dominic Mysterio, Dirty Dom is what they call him, is going up against Trick Williams. Now, if you didn't see last Tuesday's NXT, I highly recommend that you go back and watch it because it is well worth the watch. Okay, it's so good. That match between those four men was good. Dragon Lee was one of the guys. Trick Williams, Axiom, and Tyler Bate were all competing to be the number one contender for Dirty Dom's North American Championship. Now, if you remember, Monday is when Dominic Mysterio defended his championship against Dragon Lee. So Dragon Lee wasn't exactly too happy of a camper that he got beaten by this little street punk. as Michael likes to call him. He beat this little street punk. You be wanting to call him a little bitch so bad. Anyways, he wasn't too happy about that, but he did leave his mark because Dominic Mysterio had quite the shiner. Anywhoosies, Trick Williams fell into this title shot, literally fell into this title shot, and was able to compete. And now he is going to be the number one contender. But there's a little catch here. You see, Dragon Lee is the special guest referee in this match with Trick and Dominic Mysterio. And I suspect that there's going to be some nefarious and felonious intent going on here. And I hope that it costs Dirty Dom his championship, unless Big Bike Rhea Ripley shows up and helps him retain it. I don't know, child. Either way, it's gonna be an interesting match. Okay, now that I ain't got everybody else out the way, let's get into the girlies. So y'all know Tiffany and Becky been feuding for a while because Becky was out there being mad disrespectful. Well, Tiffany was, I'm sorry, was out there being mad disrespectful, telling everybody how great she is. She's the greatest NXT Women's Champion of all time. She only been champion for a couple months, child, and she's only defended it against one person, Thea Hale. Like every title defense she's had was against Thea. So, sure. Anyways, she told the whole world that she was the greatest champion of all time. She was better than Bailey. She was better than Charlotte. She didn't mention Sasha, I don't think. I don't think she mentioned Sasha. And then she was like, I'm even better than Becky. And Becky was like, I haven't held the NXT Women's Championship yet. And then, of course, Tiffany started popping up at all the shows where Becky Lynch was. And then she went back to her own show and kept talking shit. So Becky said, Tiffany, hey, bro, you don't have to keep calling my name. I'm not a genie. I'm not going to just pop up whenever you want, baby. Okay? You don't rub me the right way to get what you want. But since you decided that calling my name every week was your thing, okay, the weekend, the best thing I'm gonna do for you is come take your shit from you. Because I feel like it's a lesson that you need to learn. And it's a lesson, number one, in humility. And number two, that it's real easy to get your ass whooped. So Tiffany was like, well, bring your ass, bring it on. I'm not scared of you. I'll take you on. Okay. You and I, we can go at it. And so the game was set and the girls was there. Becky brought her ass to NXT. And of course, fuck ass Kiana had to wrestle Tiffany Stratton before that. No, it was Tiffany Stratton and Kiana. So she defended her championship twice. Well, three times against two people. Twice against Thea and one against Kiana James. And if we being fair, Kiana very well could have stolen that championship from her, but that's neither here nor there. Anywhoosies. So before fuck ass Kiana gets involved again, Tiffany Stratton loses her championship to Becky in a really decent match between the two of them. Now, of course, Tiffany is all in her feelings. She upset. She wants a rematch, but she's not gonna invoke her rematch clause immediately. She gonna let Becky have her time and sit and soak in her little win and everything. And she was like, I hope you don't hold on to that too long because I'm gonna get my championship back. Blah blah blah. And so hold on a second. Baby, she was tripping. But anyways, once Becky came back to NXT as champ, oh, Tiffany was not a happy camper. And so she had fuck ass Kiana attack the girl. And so she was like, girl, you ain't have to attack me from behind. If y'all wanted to fight, we could fight, ho. All you had to do was come talk to me. Talk to me. I don't need to be attacked from behind. I don't have no problem with defending my championship anywhere, anytime. Okay, because that's the kind of champion that I am. And Tiffany was like, we don't want to defend nothing. We want to whoop ass. So they tried to jump her. And that's when Lyra Valkyria came out there to help her. And Lyra and her go way back. Okay. So Lyra was her partner and they had a little tag team match and they won. But that's when Tiffany attacked them with the chair. And then Becky was like, Tiffany, since you want to pull out chairs and shit, let's make this an Extreme Rules match, ho. It's you versus me. Mano y mano. No rules, no restrictions. We could just beat ass. Tiffany was like, well, bring it on. Bring it on, you little Chucky dog. Bring it on. And then Becky was like, well, let's go, you fake ass Barbie. Let's do this. So The girls is gonna be fighting in NXT. Now, do I think that Tiffany getting that title back? Hell no, I don't think she getting it back. No, ma'am, she not. She not gonna get it back. She not getting it back. She is not. She's gonna lose. It's unfortunate for her. It's unfortunate for her. So yeah, last match of the night is gonna be Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Men's Championship. Now to keep this short and sweet, Ilya basically is like the last time we met. You had your little mans on the sidelines helping you keep your championship because that's how you roll. That's how you do. Now to be fair, Ilya not lying because when he was North American champion, that's how it went down 90% of the time. Trick will always get involved, putting his leg on the ropes, hitting people, attacking them, taking them out, doing something. He was always doing something. You know what I'm saying? But ever since Trick became NXT champion, he's been able to hold his own without interference from Trick Williams. So Carmelo's really grown as a champion and really learns, he can stand on his own 2 feet as him. You feel what I'm saying? So Ilya is not having it. He was like, the last time we met, you had your man's out here cheating for you, and I'm not with the shits. I'm not with it. So you know what? I want another shot. So he went through West. West ended up leaving, and I miss West. I miss West so much. So Ilya is legally the number one contender for this championship. There are no more questions as to who's the guy. So the boys has been going back and forth promo wise and talking shit about each other, getting involved in each other's business, getting involved in each other's matches. It's been going back and forth for weeks. Okay, they finally gonna come to a head this Saturday at NXT's No Mercy. And baby, I can't wait. I can't wait. Because, okay, this is the defining moment in Carmelo Hayes' career. It's either sink or swim. You say you can stand on your own 2 feet. This is officially you on your own 2 feet. Trick Williams is not going to be on your side or coming out there to introduce you. None of that. It's all just going to be you. Do I think that Carmelo can stand on his own 2 feet? I absolutely do think that. 100%. But you have got a battering ram of a man across from you in terms of Ilya Dragunov, who literally knows no mercy. He does not stop. And every time you are fighting him, his hits get harder and harder. Anybody who could take an ass whooping from Walter at the weight that he was at when he was wrestling in NXT UK, because he was a big bitch. Anybody who could take that kind of beating and ass whooping is not somebody that you would want to be in a regular match with. That is really all about stamina and maintaining. He's not it. I guarantee you that that's not it. Like, no. No, sir. So, who do I think is going to win this match? I am going to stick with my original pick. The pick that I chose on the podcast was Carmelo Hayes. I think Carmelo's going to win. Everybody else picked Ilya. Everybody else picked Ilya. He was 309 pounds in NXT. He put Gunther to sleep. Gunther, it was huge. I don't care. Gunther was beating his ass though. So NXT No Mercy is gonna be so much fun. I know they're gonna do Halloween Havoc as probably a TV PLE, which they've done that before. Um, and they've already announced NXT Deadline, and I did say Mello. I was the only one that said Mello. Everybody else picked Ilya. I said Mello. I think Mello's gonna retain. And he said, and I said, okay, Sister Soldier. He did. He did with his petty ass. So then I found out after I went to WWE's website that deadline is December 9th. That's 3 days from my birthday. That's a nice little birthday present for me. Oh, man. I don't even know what I'm doing for my birthday no more because the restaurants I want to go to are all booked out. So I might not be going anywhere or doing anything for my birthday, but probably playing cards with my family or doing some type of card game with my folk for my birthday. Every year. Every flipping year. Anyways, NXT deadline is December 9th, and they're going to be in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Okay, so they're not going to do deadline in the PC this year. They're going to Connecticut, to the home base where Titan Tower is. Okay, can you book a wine tasting? I probably can. My friend Manny has a hookup with the wine tasting stuff, so I probably could. Hmm. But I don't know if my daddy want all them people want people in his house. I don't. Yeah. I probably could though, Donnie. That's not a bad idea. Let me see what I can do. Let me see. That's a good idea. I appreciate that idea. I can't wait because this is where he said, I say do that. That sounds like it'd be fun. Hi, Chris. So NXT deadline is gonna be on December 9th, like I said. That's where they do that Iron Survivor Challenge at. And it's gonna be so much fun. My baby. He said you could probably go to a bar or the wine place. I could. I could, but I like being at home. I do. I love being at home. I don't go nowhere. And I hate the bar. But I probably go because it's my birthday. As long as I ain't got no like stickiness on my fucking shoes or something. Anyways, this is where the Iron Survivor Challenge was born last year, and now they're gonna be in ooh Bridgeport, Connecticut. Oh yeah, that's good. That's gonna be fun. This is one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year. And this usually is the last one, so I'm all for this. And I can't wait. So that's probably their last pay-per-view of the year. We all know what the main roster's last pay-per-view of the year is. Anyways, thank y'all for letting me listen to me rant and rave. Cheers. I'm sorry for yelling at you, honey. But I was mad. But it wasn't your fault. Huh? Nothing. You had wings. Don't even try it. Don't look at me like that. Brian spent $41 on you. And him. I always want to do a wine tasting specifically at a vineyard, looking at the view while drinking wine, but it's hard to find a good place in New York near me. I don't know. I might do that. That sounds like fun. And cheap. All right, y'all. So I'm going to get out of here because I will see y'all tomorrow after NXT's No Mercy. I love y'all. Deuces. Ew. I hate having hair on my own.